Hi, I'm Debbie Goodman. This is Martial Arts Mania. I'm here with one of my favorite guests. At the promise of his manager, James Wilson, I get a training day with Don the Dragon Wilson. Welcome, Don. Thank you so much for agreeing to this. I don't know that you know what you're in for.
Well, we're going to find out, but I'm very happy to be here and speak with your audience.
Great. I love the t-shirt, not just the color, but isn't that one of the Traditions t-shirts?
Of course.
It's beautiful.
I'm not allowed to wear anything but Traditions, and that's not by contract. That's because my mother will give me room restrictions. My brother's company, and I wear Traditions.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's right. That's your older brother, too.
Yes.
So he's number one son. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where can I get one?
These are online. You can order them. It's www.traditions with a Z .us.
Okay.
And they can be ordered, and they come out with a lot of discounts. So you just check in every other week or so, and they'll have certain shirts discounted.
I see. So they make them for women specifically.
Yeah.
Too.
Also, this is a men's shirt, but we do have a line. As a matter of fact, we have a celebrity line, Cynthia Rothrock line, all for women.
Okay, great. Now, can we get your picture on a woman's T-shirt?
My picture is generically there for all women. They're not made for only the men. Now, it doesn't say woman's shirts, but any woman that wants the dragon on their chest at night for a Christmas gift would be fine with me. There are a couple of dragon shirts, but mainly we have just Asian styles. Okay. They're not all mine, but we do have some for you specifically, hopefully.
I'm sure you do. Yeah, I'm wearing a traditional karate style gi top. It's been a while since I took karate.
Traditional martial arts karate?
I took Kung Fu, really. Once I got into Kung Fu, I decided that was my style. So tonight, we're going to be doing what? Can you tell me a little bit about what we're going to be?
Well, if I'm just going to have my selection, I like teaching self-defense.
Okay.
And mostly I travel around the world teaching kickboxing.
Okay.
But I'm not a kickboxer. I tell them I'm a martial artist who did kickboxing. Kickboxing is just a sport.
Okay.
And I'm a Kung Fu stylist. And so for me, it was just a way to improve my striking abilities and my defense against strikes. It was not, kickboxing is not self-defense, it's a sport. But if I could pick and choose what I prefer to teach, it's self-defense.
Okay. Now you teach seminars.
Yes, all over the world. Yep.
Wow. Yep. Okay. And so that's what you do, is you teach...
Yes, the last international place I was at, I was in Brazil just a few months ago, and I taught there. And, they're known for their grappling arts, of course, jiu-jitsu, but they're opening up a new kind of a kickboxing facility there, and outside of Sao Paulo. And they asked me to be the first instructor there. It was me and a guy named Sammy from Amsterdam, a kickboxer. And we were the first instructors for their new facility.
Fantastic. So you probably have your calendar pretty much filled up?
No, there's plenty of, if people want to reach me and set up seminars, there's plenty of room in there. But, my priority is, of course, the film industry. So once that schedule gets locked in, there's no more seminars in that few-month period. But, there are certain events that are every year, as you know. Next weekend, I'll be going to the anti-aging convention, and then we have Alan Goldberg's event every year, Hall of Honors. It's in Atlantic City, Tropicana. So those I'm always booked for, and there's many of those.
Right.
But I'm always available for any instructors or people who want me to teach seminars.
Well, I'm working on getting you to Fresno.
Oh, that would be great.
So hopefully in the next couple months, I have some people I want to talk to and check out some gyms. How many square feet do you need to teach your seminar?
I will teach in a phone booth.
Okay.
No,
gotcha.
No, it depends. All seminars are different. I've actually taught over 250 people in one seminar before. Now, of course, that was in Milan, I believe, Italy, and it was at one of their Olympic stadiums, and it's very difficult to, knowledge can be treated, not always, but it can be treated like a physical object. For example, if you have a cake and you've got to feed 3 people, they each can get a big chunk of that cake, right?
Right.
Now, if there are 300 people, how much cake do they get?
Really tiny people.
Now, when I'm teaching, I'm on a microphone, first of all. People in the very back, I cannot see if they're doing things right or wrong. I cannot personally correct them. Whereas, like tonight, I'm going to be watching you every move you make. So when your weight is, and I'm pretty good with analyzing a human body and what it's mechanically doing from 30 years of kickboxing. When you see your opponent moving, you have to be able to almost have an intuitive feeling of how fast he is, how strong he is, how balanced he is, what's his best techniques, what he's really trying to do, because guys will kick you in the legs to get your head open. Guys will hit you in the head to get your body open. So, there's an advantage, I think, to working out with somebody who's a professional fighter for 28 years. And I'm going to be looking at your body very carefully tonight, trying to figure out everything she's doing right and wrong.
And I'll hear about it, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, the value is to have me correcting you. I mean, look, since I come from sports, I'm very un-Hollywood-like in certain ways. For example, I was just telling an actor that no one says a single thing negative on any movie set.
Oh, no. Hey,
you could be on the Titanic, and people would be saying, well, if they're movie people anyway, well, the water's not that cold. Well, at least we have some lifeboats, or maybe if somebody heard that last radio broadcast and be here in the next 30 minutes. In other words, nobody says anything negative, and that's a very unusual thing in any thing. But in the sports world, if you're throwing a jab and it's too slow, or your hand is dropping, or your chin is coming up, I'm doing you a disservice if I'm not correcting. I say that was a good jab. Oh, it's perfect. That's not doing you a favor. I need to say, no, that's wrong. Your chin is out. You're not your shoulder is down. I mean, I've got to correct something. We have to first come from the standpoint it needs correcting.
Okay.
If you're doing everything right, you don't need the dragon here. That's for sure.
Well, I'm turning myself over to you tonight, which is a big deal because I'm a Leo. And Leos don't like to be told what to do, but
I'm guiding you.
You are privileged.
I am not telling. No.
You are privileged.
What I'm trying to think of my Bruce Lee quotes because I've heard everyone just about. But an instructor is like a finger pointing the way. It's not like a guy behind you kicking you in the direction you're supposed to go. It's a finger. I'm going to just point to where I think you need to go, and it's up to you whether you do it or not. And whether you're successful depends on.
Whether or not I listen to you, and I will.
No, you know what? A lot of people, there's a big, not a fight, but there's a big conflict going, about genetics. Like maybe I was just genetically born to be a great athlete or something. And that's just what it is. There's really nothing different of me, but I just have the genetics to be coordinated and quick and whatever. And I don't feel that. I really feel that we're born with pretty similar, very similar genetics, but our minds control how far you go. You will go as far as you believe you will go. Okay. Like, what do they say? This might be a Confucius thing. The guy who says he can do it, the guy says he can't, they're both probably right. Right? True. Now, as far as, if you want to reword that, though, is the other train of thought is, can something be done? And I'm not sure myself. But when I set my mind to attempting it, I believe that I can do it.
I've watched some of your old fights on YouTube, and it's quite amazing. Honestly, this is just...
I must have won those then.
No, this is my impression. When I see you throw a kick, it looks like your leg grows about 3 feet longer when you throw the kick.
Probably I'm moving forward. I would say that
no,
because,
it's just amazing. Just the leg itself just looks like, remember the Fantastic Four, the rubber guy? Yeah.
Well, I can say that definitely does not happen. Okay. but I did manage to get some kicks in there. I mean, if you go by my reputation, fighters and coaches will say, well, he was a technician. But I scored 48 knockouts. 48 professional fighters who were trained not to be knocked out. They were KOs. So usually if a fighter's got I think Marciano's got 45 or maybe 49, not very many more, but what do they say about him? Knockout artist, right? Well, I did develop a certain amount of expertise in hitting guys on the chin. I call it just putting them to sleep. I don't want to, knockout sounds violent.
Okay.
I'm not a violent man. I just put them to sleep.
Well, I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, I'm not putting you to sleep tonight. Hopefully I can keep you awake, and I keep the audience awake, and we're going to learn something. I will learn something as well.
Okay, you want me to get out of this gi?
We talked about that before.
Okay.
You can get out as much of the gi as she wants to get out, or she can wear as much of the gi as she wants. It's not going to affect our little lesson. Okay. And like I said, at the end of a Don Wilson seminar, you're not covered with sweat.
Okay.
Because if you want to get a workout, you can just go out and jog. You don't need me. I don't need to fly to Brazil. I told you my last seminar that I taught overseas was in Brazil, and they don't need me to fly to Brazil to break a sweat. You can just run outside and jog. You need the information. Okay. It's pure information, and it's all technique. Okay. And you will not perfect it at a seminar. You will not improve yourself sizably at a seminar. You will do it based on how hard you work afterwards.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm ready to go, and if you're ready, we'll take this to the mat.
All right, let's go. Had you told me years ago that I would someday be training with Don the Dragon Wilson, I wouldn't have believed it. So this is an incredible opportunity. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
All right, so take me, I'm yours.
Okay, well, since I'm going to teach something that I like, people consider me a kickboxer. I mean, I kickboxed for 28 years, so I understand that, but really I'm not a kickboxer. I am a kung fu stylist, a black belt, a martial artist, who used the sport of kickboxing to improve my striking skills. It improved my elbows, my knees, my kicking, my punching, and my defense against strikes. So what I'd like to do today, since I was given a choice, is show some basic self-defense. Now, to me, one of the philosophies I have self-defense is the more complicated it is, the less likely you'll be able to do it under pressure. Mm-hmm. Now, if you don't understand what the pressure is, it's when you're in a life and death situation, your adrenaline is going. Some people hold their breath, they can't even breathe. They get so nervous. And in those conditions, imagine trying to do some kind of complex combination or some kind of fancy jump kick or something. It's going to be very unlikely. So I'm going to show you basically my favorite self-defense lessons. And not specifically for women, they can be used for men, but women can use them too. All right, the first thing is, my theory is, or the theory of martial arts is, a hard part of my body versus a soft part of my opponent's. Now, softest part of your body are your eyes. Mm-hmm. And actually there may be something softer, but I mean the eyes are necessary to fight. You cannot attack me if you cannot see me. So, I would take what is the most superior in skill, in reach, weapons of my body, hard part of my body versus the soft part. So you can see here, my hands are right at the level to get her eyes. Now, it's not like the Three Stooges where you go, boop, like this. It's what you would do to somebody, and actually you can demonstrate on me, is your hands are kind of like a claw. Yes. They're not loose. They have to have a little tension in here. You see that? Yeah. But not so much that you've got it like this. It's like this. Now this is the Kung Fu kind of tiger claw, we call it. And it doesn't poke like Abbott and Lou Costello. It rakes across the eye. You're going to go here. You're going to go to the face here and rake back and forth, up and down. And because there is a little bit of, there's a little bit of bone, cheekbone, and it's to protect the eye. So you're going to have to get around that. Now, any woman can blind any man after learning this technique right out the door. If she was attacked tonight, somebody grabs her, she can turn around and go right for his eyes. But there's a mental training. You have to mentally prepare yourself so that is what you do. The other thing is this. Another very soft part of my body, vulnerable, is my groin. And we're just going to assume, it's not a sexist thing, I'm assuming she's not going to get attacked by a woman.
True.
I've never even really heard of women muggers.
That is why I got into martial arts, though. I was threatened by, it was
a woman?
Yes. She said she was going to knock my teeth out.
Like a bullying type thing.
She was like, stay away from my boyfriend. I'm going to knock
Okay,
his teeth out.
that's kind of like bullying.
Yeah.
And that is an attack, and that is an assault, and that's something you want to defend yourself with, and this particular technique will not work as well.
Okay.
This one is the groin. Now, this is a soft part of the man's body, and here's her target area, the groin area. And you're asking, well, how do you close the distance? Well, you don't have to. If I'm attacking you, I'm going to bring the target right to you. Mm-hmm. Now, the advantage this target has over going for the eyes is the eyes can see. So you're bringing up your weapon, the fingers, and I can see them. So I can do this and that. I can move, but the groin has no eyes. So what you're doing is this. But everything's technique. You're going to bring your knee up. Again. Again. Now keep your hands up though, because remember, you want to defend yours. This is what's going to protect you. You stay in a protected stance, this. As soon as somebody attacks you, your hands go up. Elbows stay down, it's not like this. Because this is your protection, it's your shield. Call this a shield. If I get in this position right here, I'm very hard to be knocked out or hurt by anybody. Matter of fact, they call it like a turtle going into its shell. If you get attacked, you think you're going to get attacked, chin is down in here. The reason why you put your chin down is, even me, professional fighter, if I get hit like this on the chin, I go to sleep. So you want to keep your chin here, elbows in, not like the, here, right, and hands up here to protect your chin. They also can push the guy away, and of course, but now I get all past that, and I get here. Now look, I brought you the target. Now bring your knee up. Okay, now we're going to work the actual technique of the knee. A mistake is to keep the rear end here and the knee moves, and nothing moves. Watch the difference between that and this. Watch this. You know how I'm rocking back just a few inches. Life by the inch is a cinch. Life by the yard is hard. Somebody taught me that. Some old boxing trainer said that. Just pull your hips back. When they come forward, you bring the knee up. Now let's try it that way. Oh, no, you got to pull the hips back first. Rock back like this. Yeah, and then in. Better. Also, why is that hand down there? That's called your hands are in your pocket. There you go. Hands are on your chin. Better. Better. Now you're getting it. Now, anytime you do any martial art technique, punch, kick, elbow, you exhale at the point of contact. Part of it is because you can actually deliver more force that way. But the other is it forces you to breathe in. You don't want to do this and use martial arts, punching, kicking, anything. You want to breathe, because when you hold your breath, you might as well be underwater, right? You're losing energy, and the attacker's not even doing anything. You're just holding your breath. So exhale at the point of contact.
I'm going to let out one of my most blood-curdling key eyes.
There's no problem with that, because that actually disrupts somebody's thinking. Oh, very good. Good. Now that is a good knee. That is a good knee. I can feel some energy. I can feel, now of course, no, if somebody attacks you, you don't smile at them, but when you're training, you can do all that stuff. But, and I could feel you got a lot more power than when your leg was back and you were just moving the knee. The body's where the power is. And on all techniques, really, when you're punching and kicking, it's your body. Now, there is a weapon now. The weapons, so far we've taught, both of them cannot be practiced. There's no way you can practice going for each other's eyes. There's no way, I don't think, a man's going to stand here and let you knee him. So these techniques are so dangerous, they cannot really be practiced in the gym. They're more or less, you can try to practice them on bags and things, but they're so dangerous, and that's why they're good for self-defense. If you could practice it on me, obviously it's not hurting me that bad. But you can't practice on my eyes or my groin, hopefully. The other thing is this. They used to allow this technique in the UFC, but it was so damaging they had to eliminate it. Now, they never had eye gouging, of course you know, right? They did actually have groin. You could hit the groin, but they had cups, so they were protected. But this is basically, we use it in football. It's legal. I've knocked out many players. I played college football. You put your face in their numbers. Numbers meaning their numbers are on the chest. Here, and then you just come up.
Wow.
It's the headbutt. There's no way to block it or anything. Yes, you drop about 2 inches because your center, remember I told you your power is your body. So now, how can you headbutt up? You can't jump. You drop down. You drop down and you come up.
Wow.
And yes, and if I'm standing here, you drop down, come up. Now look, keep your eyes on me though. You drop, you don't do this, watch this is what you did. You know what? You never look at the ground, because if I want to go in this direction, what do? Do I start walking like this? No, if I want to go in this direction, I look and walk. Now what if I want to go over here? Do I start doing this? No, if you look at the ground, where are you going to go?
Down.
Right. You look where you're going to go. You want to go right through this person. You keep your eye on him. So you drop down, put your face on his numbers. Now here's what the guy's going to do. This is what happens. Somebody's head comes here. You know what my reaction is?
Oh.
Boom. That's what happens. People don't put their thing. Just even when I do it with my hand, my instinct is to go, That's just what normal human reaction. They don't do this. Because if they did, actually, if they did look up, it would be harder to hit them. But what people will do is he'll come here, when your face goes here, and he's going to bend down. You see, my head's going to come, and when you come up,
almost you can feel the contact just go.
Your adrenaline's going to be running so much in a life or death situation, you probably won't, you'll just drop and hit him. Now, so now the guy goes to grab you, you knee him in the groin. Boom, she's got him in the groin. He comes down. You go for his eyes, but he kind of blocks it. So then you come in here,
drop.
You hear, and then when his head comes down, you come up.
Okay.
And a couple of inches, you can hear, boom. Now, other weapons that women can use, and it would take me 10 years to show her how to throw a left hook and knock a guy out, but I can show you with your elbows how to knock somebody, break their nose in 2 seconds. Now, I told you to keep your hands up, right? So your hands are up. Let me show you what the elbow can do. And the most dangerous one is when it's down, it comes down.
Wow.
It comes like this.
Ah.
See? Yes. While the other hand is up. When one hand attacks, the other hand always defends, like this.
Wow.
Those are all knockouts. You know, even in football, when I played football in college, you were not legally allowed to bring the elbow back like this to hit a player. You could only come from a straight line across your shoulders like this. You can hit them like this. That's legal. But in football, if I'm playing football with you and I go, whack, I can knock you out in football. So that's how dangerous the elbow is. So now you've learned knees, eye gouging, headbutts, but there's one more weapon. Can't practice it, but you use it every day. A pit bull only has one weapon. It's teeth. And biting. You want to fight one?
No.
Me either. I don't want to fight a pit bull, a German Shepherd, a Doberman, and all they do is bite. But you know what? We can generate, pound for pound, almost as much pressure as an animal, as in a carnivore animal. Even though we're not really carnivores, you know, we're like monkeys, but we can crack nuts and we can go right through human flesh. If you can eat a prime rib, you can chew right through somebody. Now, I had a guy tell me once, he goes, well, you can't always reach his hands. I said, who says, if I grab you, you don't have to bite my hand. You bite this. If you bite, you can bite through a prime rib, you can bite through human muscle. Oh, wow. When your life depends on it.
Oh, yeah.
Or your child's life. Let's just give you the ultimate goal incentive. Saving the life of your child. You're not going to bite the guy? You say, oh, that's too gross.
Oh, no, you do anything.
Right. You're going to bite to survive. If the guy's grabbing you, smothering you, now, no matter, right. I don't have to spend 20 years teaching you jiu-jitsu how to get out of the hold. You can chew your way out. If you can eat a prime rib, you can bite. Now, you can bite, eye gouge, knee, elbow, headbutt. That's your self-defense lesson for today.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.